In the beginning of this story, we see showing scene from 20,000 years ago, where a man named Tao had come hunting with his tribe so that they could gather food for the winter. Then he saw a herd of wild buffaloes, and seeing this, Tao asked his people to be ready for the attack. Now they slowly approached those wild buffaloes, and as soon as they got the chance, they attacked them. Now everything was fine up to this point, but then suddenly one of the buffaloes ran after Tao's son Keita. Now that Keita had come hunting for the first time, he got scared of this wild buffalo and started running away. But then this buffalo threw him into the air and injured him badly. After this, he trapped Keita in his horn and took him to the ravine. Now Tao also saw all this, and to save his son, he threw a spear at the buffalo. But despite being injured, this buffalo did not stop and took Keita and threw him into the ravine. Now here this story goes into flashback, and we are shown a scene from a week ago when the people of the tribe were preparing to go hunting and were making different types of weapons for themselves. Now that night, Keita's mother told Keita's father that you don't take my son hunting because he is not ready for it yet, and I don't want to lose him at such a young age. On this, Keita's father says that the winter season is coming, and if we don't go hunting, then our whole village will be killed by hunger. Now the next morning, Tao set out hunting with the people of the tribe, and after walking for a long time, they reached a monument made of stone which was made in memory of their ancestors. According to a tradition of this tribe, if someone is killed during hunting, then the people of the tribe make a stone monument in his memory. Here Tao and his companions kept moving forward, that is when they meet another tribe. Now the people of this tribe were also out hunting, so they all decided to move forward together. Now that evening, they all caught a wild boar, and Keita was given the responsibility of killing this boar. Now Keita has never killed a mosquito, so it was a big deal to kill this boar. Seeing this, Tao was very disappointed and explained to Keita that if this continues, then you will never be able to become the leader of this tribe, and even if you don't want to, you will have to give your place to someone else. Now at night, they all lit a fire and sat next to him and started cooking their prey. But then they heard the voice of a wild animal, which Tao told everyone to be careful. But before they could think of anything, a lion attacked them and took away a boy named Kappa. Now the next morning, they made a monument in the memory of Kappa and moved forward in search of the prey. They all kept walking for hours, but today they did not find any useful prey, and so they decided to spend the night in a stone cave. Here Keita's father made a star tattoo on his hand and told him that if you follow these stars at night, then you will reach your tribe. Actually, it was a kind of a map, so that if someone gets lost during the hunt, then he can follow these stars and reach his home. Now the next morning, these people again went in search of the prey, and as soon as they walked a little further, they saw the footprints of some wild buffaloes. After this, all these people gradually came closer to the wild buffaloes, and as soon as they got a chance, they attacked them. And now this story came from where it started. A buffalo badly injured Keita and threw him into this big cave. Here, the people of the tribe thought that Keita must have fallen into the cave and died. But when they went near, he was still hanging on a rock. But now these people are able to save him. That at that time Keita's hand slipped and he started going down into the cave. But fortunately, he did not fall directly into the cave and hit a rock and fainted. Seeing this, Tao started going down to save his son. But the rest of the people of the tribe stopped him. They explained to Tao that now there is no use of all this, because after falling from such a height, it is impossible to save anyone. However, Tao did not pay attention to these things and started calling out to his son sitting on the edge of the rock. As soon as he saw, it was night, but Keita still did not regain consciousness. And that's why Tao also accepted that his son is no longer in this world. Now the next morning, the people of the tribe said goodbye to Keita with a heavy heart and took their prey and left for the tribe. A few hours passed, but Keita still did not regain consciousness. Meanwhile, a vulture eye fell on Keita and he thought he was dead and came to him. But as soon as he started eating Keita, Keita immediately regained consciousness, and in a jiffy, he grabbed the vulture neck and threw it down. Now seeing himself on this rock, Keita was very scared and started screaming for help. But soon he realized that there is no one here to help him. Now Keita did not want to die like this, so he started climbing the rock with a lot of courage. After a lot of effort, he came a little higher, but now there was no way to go further. But despite this, Keita did not give up and put his whole life to hang on the rock. Now here his luck was with him, and very soon it started raining heavily. This heavy rain turned that big valley into a river, and seeing this Keita got an idea. Now since Keita did not know how to swim, so he guessed the depth of the water and jumped down. But as soon as he fell into the water, he fainted, and when he regained consciousness the next morning, he was lying on the bank of a river. Now Keita was alive, but his leg was in such a bad condition that he could not even move it properly. Actually, due to falling from such a height, his leg bone had shrunk and his leg was completely swollen. Now Keita courageously put his leg in the middle of the rocks and fixed his broken bone. After this, he used a stick to support his leg and quickly reached the top of the rock from where he had fallen. When he reached the top, he saw a monument of his name and he broke down and started crying. Then he heard some strange sounds, and when he turned around, he saw a group of wolves. Now he could think that these wolves attacked him and started moving towards him. Now to save his life, Kada started climbing a nearby tree, but then one of the wolves grabbed his leg and started pulling it down. Seeing this, Kada immediately took out his weapon and attacked the wolf and injured him. After this, he climbed the tree and decided to stay on this tree until the wolves left. Now it was night, but these wolves were still not ready to leave. Here Kada had no other choice, so he spent the whole night on this dry tree. The next morning he saw that the wounded wolf was still there, but his other companions had already left. Now first of all, Kada made a weapon with his knife so that he could kill the wounded wolf. Because Kada knew that if he didn't kill this wolf, then this wolf would kill him. After this, he came down and went ahead to kill this wolf. But when he saw in his eyes, he felt pity for this wounded wolf and he changed his mind to kill him. However, he could not leave this wolf open like this, so he tied his mouth with a rope and started moving forward. Now after walking all day, they reached a small cave where they spent their night. The next morning, Kada collected some herbs and ground them on his wound. Meanwhile, when Kada was drinking water, then this wolf opened the rope. Now seeing this, Kada was a little scared, but then he calmed down and went ahead to give water to this wolf. Now here this wolf showed his teeth and tried to scare Kada, but despite this, Kada remained calm and tried to give him water. Now seeing this behavior of Kada, the wolf also calmed down because he understood that now he is safe from Kada. After this, Kada cleaned wolf wound and applied herbs on it. Now that evening, Kada hunted a rabbit and started burning it in the cave to cook it. Meanwhile, the wolf tried to snatch the rabbit from him, but Kada scared him and calmed him down. And to show himself strong, he started eating the rabbit raw. Seeing this, the wolf got scared and quietly sat in a corner. Now that night, Kada got a lot of relief because he hadn't eaten anything for the last few days. Here, he also fed the wolf and the wolf also started eating like a pet dog. Now that Kada was badly injured, he decided to stay in this cave for a few days. Days passed by and one night, Kada saw the tattoos on his hand. Seeing this, he started missing his home and decided to return home before it snowed. Now the next morning, Kada leaves for his home and asks the wolf to go to his family. But even after a lot of efforts, the wolf didn't move and Kada decided to go alone. Now a little further, Kada noticed that someone was following him, and when he turned around, it was no one else but the wolf. Here, Kada threw a stick and tried to scare the wolf, but instead of running away, the wolf pressed the stick in his mouth and came to Kada. Anyway, now a little further, Kada saw some wild pigs and the wolf ran towards them. Now to escape the wolf, the pigs ran towards Kada, but instead of killing them, Kada got scared of them and ran away. Here, the wolf was very disappointed with Kada, because of which they had to sleep hungry tonight. However, soon they became friends again and Kada named him Alpha. Now that evening, Alpha saw a little rabbit and this time he didn't make any mistake. He hunted the rabbit and they had dinner together at night. Now when it was time to sleep, Alpha snuggled up to Kada so that they didn't feel cold. Days passed like this and they both kept moving towards their destination. In the next few days, Kada learned to hunt with the help of Alpha, and as time passed, their friendship grew stronger. Now the winter season had arrived. In the winter, this whole area was covered with a white sheet of snow and there were snowy winds all around. Despite this, Kada and Alpha did not give up and kept moving towards their home. Even in this snowy weather, they both hunted and ate and survived. Now one day, while walking, Kada's soul broke and he fell into the water. Actually, it was a small lake which had frozen due to the cold. Here, Kada tried to come up but he couldn't find a way out. Here, Alpha broke the ice and tried to get his friend out, but this poor guy's weight was not enough to break this thick layer of ice. Now when Kada couldn't find a way out, he quickly took out his knife and started breaking the ice from inside. After a lot of efforts, Kada finally broke the ice and came out of the water with the help of Alpha. After this, he quickly took off his clothes and lit a fire nearby and warmed himself. They both spent the night here and continued their journey the next morning. After walking for a few hours, Kada saw a man sitting outside the tent who made him very happy. But when he went closer, he lost all his happiness because this man had frozen to death. After this, Kada took the bow and arrow from this man and walked ahead with Alpha. They both kept walking for a long time, but after a while, another problem knocked at their door. These two faced a group of wild dogs who attacked them as soon as they saw them. Now to escape from these dogs, they quickly entered a cave and started waiting for the dogs. But when they didn't see any movement, they both relaxed and sat there. But they were unaware of the fact that the cave they were in was of a dangerous wild dog. Now they both could imagine that a black panther came in front of them and he attacked Kada as soon as he saw him. But like every time, Alpha came in the middle and tried to save Kada from this wild dog. But this dog was quite big in size and he was hitting Alpha. Seeing this, Kada took out his bow and arrow and courageously left an arrow on the dog. Luckily, Kada's arrow hit the target, and as soon as the arrow hit, the dog fell to the ground. After this, Kada cleaned Alpha's wounds and applied herbal ointment on it. Keita was thankful to Alpha because Alpha saved his life many times in this journey, and that's why he wanted to take Alpha home with him. The next morning, they both continued their journey and slowly moved forward. After walking for many hours, Keita finally saw the monument that we saw in the beginning of the movie, and it meant that now they were very close to their destination. Seeing this, Keita was very happy and continued to move forward. But in the meantime, Alpha fell to the ground because he was very weak due to his wounds. Seeing this, Keita understood that now Alpha will not be able to walk on his feet. That's why he picked up Alpha in his lap and slowly started moving forward. Finally, his hard work paid off and he reached a place and was shown his settlement from a distance. After so many days, Keita was very happy to see his settlement. After this, he quickly reached his settlement where he fell to the ground as soon as he reached. Now when Keita's parents saw him, their feet scratched the ground and they immediately hugged Keita. Here, Keita told his Tao to save Alpha at any cost. And as soon as he said this, he fainted. A few hours later, when Keita regained consciousness, he was inside his house and Alpha was also lying next to him. Here he found out that Alpha has given birth to some small children. This meant that Alpha is a mother wolf, and during this whole journey, she was pregnant. Despite this, she supported Keita at every step and saved her life many times. Knowing this, Keita's love for Alpha grew even more and he hugged Alpha. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.